Hello, today I'm very excited to talk about actually these Carmina Shoemaker dress boots. They are the 80277 model. They're built on the Oscar last, meaning that's the shape of the top of the shoe. And as you can see, they have a wingtip style. You can see that by the ornate design here at the front of the boot, and then also on the edges there, along with the stitching. So this is very clearly a dress boot with a rubber sole. The sole is actually Vibram Gumlite. I picked these boots up because I needed some dress boots. Currently, I've been wearing these Red Wing mock toe, and while I love them, they're work boots. They're very substantial in terms of boots. However, they're very comfortable. They're broken in. Very happy with them. But I just needed something a little bit dressier. So that's when I went for these Carmina boots. And I'm very happy with them. I've had them for about a month, and I would say that they're broken in. Like the Red Wing mock toe boots, these are also Goodyear welted all the way around, and they have pretty much an all leather construction, as far as I'm aware, except for obviously the sole, the outer sole, which is rubber. These are, well, they're dress boots. They're very solidly made, and I expect them to last quite a bit. So in terms of leather, while the leather is thinner than on my Red Wings, this is what Carmina calls their Funchal leather. It's calf leather, and it's from France. Obviously, I picked these boots in this black color because what's great about these boots is that when I have my pant leg over them, then they look like dress shoes, but then they're boots. So you get the best of both worlds. You have some very smart looking shoes that are actually boots and all the benefits and comfort of boots. In terms of the break-in experience, I have to say that I've been wowed by these boots. Obviously, I kind of keep bringing up the Red Wing mock toe boots, and there are some similarities in terms of the construction, the all leather use, from the upper to the insole, and the Goodyear welt. They have this in common, right? And I appreciate that. But the leathers are pretty different. This is a much more lightweight boot, and also I would say that within a week I had it broken in. I started wearing it on the first day at home, but I got a pretty good feeling that the leather was quite malleable and it didn't need that much breaking in. It meant that I could walk with the boots quite easily, and so they were much more street ready than my Red Wings 1 week in. I feel that my Red Wings, I took 2 weeks to be able to start walking outside with them. 2 weeks of just wearing them, waddling about indoors. But really, for these boots, I just needed basically 1 day of wearing them indoors, and then the next day I was ready to take them out to work. I did get a blister on my heel, but I put a Band-Aid the same day, and I was able to continue wearing the boots without any issue. And that's not a knock on Carmina at all. I also got a blister on the Red Wings, pretty much in the same spot, so I feel it's just like my feet. And the key thing with blisters is that you take care of them as soon as possible. Try to wear thick socks if that helps, but essentially don't let them get worse, because what you don't want is to stop the break-in process. A few more comments about these boots. So they have 3 speed hooks at the top, this is my first experience with speed hooks, I have to say. and I'm very pleased with that. I always considered speed hooks to be something that was more appropriate for work boots, but actually I can now see that they make a lot of sense, and they really help with the fit. So I'm very impressed, actually. Very good design choice there. So yeah, so now in terms of boots, I have two very contrasting styles: heritage work boot style and dress boot style. And so this is why I got these Carmina, so I could alternate between these two styles. Because generally for work, what I do is I wear a button-down shirt, I wear slacks, and then my boots. And obviously these are fine, but they do have quite a substantial shape to them. The last is quite robust looking. Meanwhile, the Carminas have a much more slender last that reads as a sort of as a dressier shoe, especially since I wear my pant leg over the boot. So then at a glance, it looks like I'm wearing Oxford, essentially. Very happy with these Carmina shoes. 1 month in. The leather feels really great. Also, another thing that I will point out, I don't want you to think that I'm knocking the Red Wings here. It's just that as a point of reference, since these are my other boots, essentially, that I wear regularly. So obviously, I'm very much aware that these two boots are in very different classes, but you know, it just helps me to kind of point things out. The Red Wings, for example, when I started wearing them, the inside is unlined here along the top of the boot. I don't know if this is the vamp, but it's unlined. And what that meant is that many socks got stained with the leather, with the brown leather color, which not the end of the world. They're socks, they're meant to be worn, and ultimately these boots are comfortable. So not at all the end of the world. And I actually do like that these are unlined. One huge benefit is I've even worn these in summer, and the boot does not smell. My feet do not smell. So again, this speaks to the breathability of leather. Anyways, to cut a long story short, the Carmina boots have this, I don't know if you'll see this, I'll try to get some different camera angles, but they have a lining leather, which, as far as I understand, is also calf leather, but it's very smooth, it's very soft, and it goes all the way in. Also, on the heel, there is, I think, there's a black piece of leather that only goes kind of a third of the way, and under the leather I think that there is some cushioning of some kind, which helps with the comfort. These are definitely dress boots, so there's a little bit more of a consideration towards comfort. But then as I look down, and I'll try and provide an angle that demonstrates this, the inner sole is veg tan leather, just like the Red Wings. So, very different looking boots, but similar materials, similar construction. Two different takes on shoemaking craftsmanship from two different countries as well. The Red Wings are made in the US, and Carmina Shoemaker has a long history in Mallorca, which is an island in the Mediterranean, part of Spain. And the brand started out, I believe, in the late 80s, early 90s, but the family that owns the brand has been making shoes for, I think, 5 generations. So they got started in the late 1800s. I believe that the founding family member brought some Goodyear welting machines to Mallorca, and they were, at the time, that was like cutting edge. Spanish shoemakers hadn't seen that before, so they were kind of pioneers with that technique. But it's also true that Mallorca is a part of Spain that has very long-lasting shoe manufacturing traditions. So it's kind of cool to get a boot that is part of that heritage, part of that tradition. It's just a kind of like a piece of history, if you will. Two boots from two different parts of the world, from two different categories for different uses, different leathers, but there's the same love of craftsmanship and tradition in both of them, even though they look quite different. Maybe if I was to compare them to cars, the Red Wing here is more like a Ford F-150. It's like an American pickup truck. You feel that you can rely on it, while the Carmina is more like a European sports car. Or actually, let me rephrase that. I think it's more like an Acura NSX, which is a famed 90s Japanese sports car that was both very high performance, but also very reliable and surprisingly practical. So even though it looks sleek, it's also very comfortable and very practical. And it's built for day-to-day wear. Very happy with these Carmina boots, and I can't wait to update you as I wear them more and more. But as of right now, they're part of my daily rotation of shoes, especially during the work week. Thank you so much for watching. I'll put a link in the description so you can find out more about these boots from the manufacturer themselves. I bought these boots with my own money. They're not cheap. They're definitely a premium product. But yeah, I'll put some information in the video description so you can check out more stuff about the Oscar last. They have different lasts, and they have also customization options and things like that. These are not customized in any way. I bought these stock. I like them the way they are. But you can find out more about the manufacturer. I had a very good experience buying them. So for now, they're highly recommended, and I'll keep you updated as I wear them more and more. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.